It's game time. The Kid Gowie. Ravens Nation. All we know is purple and black. And if you're not a Ravens fan, welcome to Baltimore, Maryland, M&T Bank Stadium, where opponents don't make it out alive unless we bury them. Every team be afraid of them, especially all the quarterbacks, cause our defensive linemen won't hesitate to leave you sacked. Let's take a minute, go back to Super Bowl 35. Domination was an understatement up against the Giants. Numerous touchdowns, they put up numbers, and it didn't take a nutritionist to see they hunger. Only stat Kerry Collins could get was interceptions. He must have thought throwing to the D counted as receptions. The pass was legendary, but don't sleep on the present. Our secondary make quarterbacks avoid their direction. You tryna run the ball, you better hope your blockers work. You can juke, you can spin, but your destination's the turf. This is a man's game, being soft will get you hurt. Watch the defense force a fumble and the fans go berserk. 17 weeks, only one league out of 32 squads. No one's messing with our team. We all bleed black and purple, you can check our IVs. Raven Nation fly high, watch us all spread our wings. Put your game face on, embarrass the competition. You ain't talking about the greatest if the Ravens aren't mentioned. Screw every other team, cause those dudes are whack. In Baltimore, the only thing we know is purple and black. Go! They always win when the championship's on the line. So if you hoping that they failed, then you really wasting your time. Going as the 49ers, I'm pretty sure they remember when they made a comeback, but weren't declared the winners. 2 rings down, but you know they won't stop now. If the opposing D's caught slipping, you know exactly how that goes. That's another deep connection for 6 points in the end zone. The stadium goes wacko as Ravens put in work. Pittsburgh Steelers, that still curtain is looking more like a skirt. So tell me who they say is gonna beat them Bengals? Who used to be the Browns until they relocated? Ravens, they are one of the greatest. There's simply no denying it. To beat them, bringing your A game's a requirement. With the youth of the team, I bet they still be dominant, even after the greatest linebacker's retirement. 17 weeks, only one league out of 32 squads. No one's messing with our team. We all bleed black and purple, you can check our IVs. Raven Nation fly high, watch us all spread our wings. Put your game face on, embarrass the competition. You ain't talking about the greatest if the Ravens aren't mentioned. Screw every other team, cause those dudes are whack. In Baltimore, the only thing we know is purple and black. Go!
Welcome to another edition of the AFC STG Sportsman. I'm all confused. Shout out to all of you that are here. Paul, Masick, Nemo, Raven, Ron, Raven 76B more, and a couple more. Thank you for everybody that's showing up. Let's open up real quick before we go to the schedule. Sam Cook, sorry, apologize. Retired. And to be fair, I think this is something that as soon as the Ravens drafted Stout, it was inevitable, right? This was gonna happen. I said when they drafted Stout, like, oh, Sam Cook is gonna get cut, but retire. The best thing they did, right? They said, look, we really want to cut you. You've been here forever. You want to be part of this organization. You're amazing, right? You've been doing this shit for 16 years. You want to mentor Stout. So he's a punters coach, I guess. This will be his title, which it was crazy because no other team probably has a punters coach. It's kind of neat. I like it as a Ravens fan. I endorse this. The fact that they take care of their guys so much. If you guys go and check Studio 44 with Marlon Humphrey in the interview with Tony Jefferson said one of the main things that this makes this place unique is they let players flourish in what they're best, right? And how it feels like almost like a family type that he loves it, right? And then when he went to I think it was San Francisco, it was weird, they didn't have the same vibe. So it's pretty nice that Sam gets not only the goodbye, the retirement, not getting cut, but retirement. And then he can stay in the organization and still make his money. There's something neat. And I hope Stout can be what Sam is, right? 16 years in here. But yeah, so nobody should be surprised. You don't spend a 4th-round pick on Stout, early 4th round, if you're not thinking that he's going to be your starting punter, right? I actually thought for me, for example, in that draft, I think I mentioned this last week, in that 4th round, because the rumor is the Ravens wanted the wide receiver out of Memphis that the Steelers took. They shouldn't, in my opinion, because I guess of all the picks, one of my least favorites, Kohler, I think is how you pronounce his last name, the tight end. I think they should have gone the receiver if they really wanted him from Memphis, Stout, and then you had 2 more, right? Then you could, if Kohler would have been there, then you go him and Likely, and then you might have still had the same 4 players. Regardless, shout out to Sam, great career as a Raven. Punters don't get appreciated. In Baltimore, we have been such a defensive-minded team that punters have been used a lot. Not necessarily in the past couple of years with Lamar, as we have had one of like a top 10 offense in the league in the past couple of years. Before I keep going, if you want to be in the show today, you can text 443-292-2337. It's 443-292-2337. Baltimore Boy, shout out to you. Mary Siegler, shout out to you. Raven 76B more here says, Chapel done. Sam, any news on Jimmy Smith? Well, hopefully Jimmy Smith. I think what's happening with Jimmy Smith, the Ravens are not going to sign Jimmy Smith. I don't even think the Ravens will offer him a job as a coach. I don't even think Jimmy probably wants that. But Jimmy Smith probably wants to still to like play, to like get that extra year, maybe 2. But his body's breaking down. And I love Jimmy Smith, right? Shout out to him, great Raven. My hope is it's gonna sound weird, right? Because I don't want him not to make more money. But my hope is he retires as a Raven, right? At this point, it's hard. The only team probably could I see maybe potentially signing him is the Giants, right? We used to talk about the Jets being this team that loves the Ravens, and they will sign everybody in the Ravens, right? All Ravens, the Ravens Pee Wee team. And it was mostly on defense, I think, for the Jets. But now is because, and that's normal. Wink went there, right? Heidi Ward. What else? There was 2 corners that were signed there. I mean, they have been bringing players. Oh, Jelly also was there. So they just cut Bradbury. Who knows? They might say, Jimmy, you want to do a year in New York? And he might do that. I wish he didn't. Although, again, I'm not wishing he doesn't make the money. Because when Erie did it, it felt disgusting that he left, right? Not because of him, but seeing him in non-Ravens uniform when he went to the Texans and then he went to the Jets. But the Ravens did the right call because he was bad in the Texans. He got paid nicely, and he was bad in the Texans. That's why he was cut. And then Rex Ryan said, ooh, I did great things with Reed. Let me sign Reed. He was bad with the Jets as well, and he didn't play anymore. It was just his time, right? It's just Father Flag is unbeaten. So, okay. With that, let's share this here. Screen. Yep. Okay, look at that. So the schedule came out, and I didn't do a live until today, so I haven't talked about the schedule yet. But let's talk about possible wins for the Ravens. How many you think they'll have? 7, 8, 9, 10, blah blah blah. Target in Vegas right now has us a 9.5. Will you take the over? Will you take the under? Vegas knows where to put the line, right? So I would like to know. You can leave me this in the comment section if you're watching the replay. If you're watching it live, you can put it here. What is your record prediction? And we'll go one by one. The New York Jets. So the New York Jets are very, very, very hyped. Their schedule is brutal. Like legit. Damn. It's at New York is the only thing that concerns me. 9/11 is always emotional. Still think we take the W. The Dolphins. We lost to the Dolphins last year. It is our home opener. We better spank them. But this is not an easy team. They were, was it 8 wins last year? 7 wins? I don't know. Let me check something. I think there were 7 wins, but let's see. Because I don't want to misquote. The Dolphins, where are you? Dolphins are a 9-win team. So better than the Ravens, right? The Ravens were 8, and the Dolphins were a 9-win team. So they're not pushovers, and they got better. So definitely a tough game. If it wasn't Miami, I might take the Dolphins, but because it's in Baltimore, I'm going with the Ravens. So that's 2-0. At New England, I talked to Tony about this. I think New England is not going to be as good as last year. I think, again, last year, 9 wins for New England. 10 wins. 10 wins for New England. I don't think New England's going to be that great. I think New England this year take a step back. I see them at 7 is the seeding, in my opinion, for New England. I think we win, even though it's in New England, 3-0. Buffalo. Buffalo has a lot of ammunition. I think we can beat them, but we might be overlooking them. Think about Cincinnati. It's 2 home games. That's the thing. I can see us going 5-0. I can see us going 3-2. I'm gonna pick Buffalo W, but I'm gonna go with the loss against Cincinnati. We played tough against Buffalo, but Cincinnati last year spanked us twice. So I need them to show me they can beat them right now. It's not that they cannot beat them. I need to show them they can beat me. So 4-1 at New York Giants should be a W5. Cleveland Browns. We'll see what they happen with Deshaun Watson, but this might be Deshaun Watson starting to get first game or whatever, so chemistry and other stuff. I'm going with Ravens W, 6-1 at Tampa on a Thursday night. I think that's an L. 6-2 at New Orleans after a mini bye. I'm taking 7-2, 8-2 Carolina, 9-2 Jacksonville, Denver at home. If it wasn't Denver, I'll be picking the Broncos. But since it's at home, 10-2. Here's where I think we lose in Pittsburgh. We lose in Cleveland. At that point, they should be, all geared up. So that's what, 11-4, I think. 12-4, 13-4. No, I put an extra win somewhere. I think at the end of the day, what my record will be 12-5. Right, 12-5 is where we are. I think we split with the Steelers. I think we need to show that we can beat the Bengals. So for now, having the Bengals sweep us, we split with the Browns, we split with the Steelers, and swept by the Bengals. That's 4 losses, but it's 4 losses in division. And I forgot the team. Oh, and then the loss against Tampa. If that is the 12-5 that we get, that's not great because you lost 4 games in your division. right? And then not only you lose 4 games in your division, you go in, because it's in your division, is 4 AFC loss, right? So if there's a tiebreaker, let's say with Denver, right, and if it's more than one team, your AFC record now takes precedent, and your AFC record will have the 4 losses. It's a tough schedule, I think, overall, but it's healthy enough that you see the balance where you have Jets, again, not so great. Miami, I think they're a playoff team. New England, on the other hand, I don't think they're great. Buffalo, a great team. Cincinnati, a great team. Then you go New York, not a great team. Cleveland maybe starting to play with Watson at that point. So, and still early stages, so we don't know what to make of them. Great team, decent team, but it's, even though it's at New Orleans from a bye, essentially from a bye, I think I'll take my chances. Bad team after a bye, so like should be like a double bye, and then boom, at Jacksonville, another win. Right, this is a nice little stretch here for us before we go Denver, but Denver at home, so it's a West team coming to Baltimore, sets up well for the W. And then at Pittsburgh, I think that's where you take an L after a nice streak. At Cleveland, another L. And then as we're panicking, boom, we beat Atlanta. I think we beat the Steelers at home and probably finish with the L against the Bengals. So Nemo here says we only losing / time swing to the Bills, Buccaneers, Bengals, and Browns. Okay, so if you lose twice to the Bengals, Bills, and Buccaneers, that's 4-1. That's 12-5 right there. If you think you're only losing one to them, 13-4. I mean, 13-4 would be an amazing record. Now, transitioning from the record to what everybody seems to be talking about for the Ravens. Every single person. Receiver. Oh, the Ravens receiving core. Oh my God, the Ravens receiving core is so dry. The Ravens receiving core, Ravens receiving core is trash. My guy Ace, shout out to my guy Ace. He seems very, very, very concerned with the receiving core of the Ravens. And here I am. Am I concerned? I'm a little concerned. It all depends what type of football they play. I'm a little concerned. Am I worried that we cannot play with this receiving core? No. Am I worried that we don't have depth? Yes. Is there any signing in free agency that will make me, oh my God, we're fixed? No. If as we're talking, breaking news, we sign Will Fuller, I'll be like, cool. That doesn't change anything. If we sign, who else is out there? I don't know. Whoever is out there right now that's good. It's a game changer? No. They're free agent for a reason at this point. I thought Landry would have been good for us because he fits with the type of receiver we need. But any other receiver? I'm going to even tell you more. I don't think Deebo Samuel is the type of receiver the Ravens need. No. Deebo Samuel is great. And by the way, Deebo Samuel is great in the type of system he is and the type of offense he runs, because when they were not doing this type of gadget plays with Deebo, he was not the receiver that he was. After they installed the type of plays that he runs now, that makes him just great. If I'm gonna be, will I be ecstatic if we get DK Metcalf? I'll be happy. DK Metcalf for me is a little, I don't want to call him soft, but I would like, especially with his stature, to be more aggressive. He and Claypool, he's better than Claypool, but he and Claypool are very similar, that they're big body receivers that, in my opinion, don't know how to use their bodies. They just don't. Like Tyler Wallace, what I seen for him in college, he knew how to use his body, and he is not blessed with the physique that both Metcalf and what's the other dude's name that I just talked? Metcalf and I'm blanking right now. that they are blessed. Oh, Claypool. They're not, right. They're not as aggressive, more finesse. So Claypool or Metcalf will be just a bigger Hollywood Brown. But Metcalf, I don't like how he necessarily. I think he's a good receiver. I think great, not superstar, but great. But you will have to pay a superstar money for both of them, and I don't think in this offense. I mean, Metcalf. Let's see, DK Metcalf has put good numbers with Wilson, but in my opinion, that's not necessarily the type of receiver we need. So last year, 2020, he had a better year with 1,300 yards. Last year, just under 1,000 yards, receiving 12 touchdowns, which that's the part. But if DK knew how to use his body better, he will be amazing. Now, you say, Sonny, are you really going to roll with Bateman, Duvernay, Wallace, Pro, and let's say you get one of the or a couple of the rookies? Why not? And this is where Sunny is like, are we one of the best receiving cores? No. If you put us, for example, because I'm a little annoyed, I'm not gonna lie, with the AFC North in general, that they keep talking about Ravens receiver. As you see, I try to ignore all that shit. But if you take the receiving core, add the tight ends, because our tight ends are pass catching, and you put it, for example, against the Browns, what are the Browns having that this is so magnificent? Amari Cooper that likes to disappear. But okay, let's give him Amari Cooper. Okay, we have Mark Andrews, second best tight end, getting there to be the best tight end, right? And then you can say, well, we have Njoku. Okay, and then we have Bateman. And Bateman is a second-year guy, and Njoku is more a he's more established. But Njoku last year, 475 yards. Bateman had 500 whatever yards. So tell me right now, how is Cleveland receiving core as a wide receiving and tight end better than the Baltimore Ravens? They're not. But everybody wants to make a big deal about the Ravens wide receiver because, and this is very important for you to know, they can talk about anything else. O-line seems solid. Quarterback, obviously, we have a superstar. Tight ends, what are they going to talk about? Tight ends, they're great. You go on defense, our D-line looks really good right now. And with a mixture of young and veterans. Outside linebacker, they could talk about the outside linebacker, but Ojabo, you're thinking, oh, well, you have the future there, plus Owe, which is also the future. No superstar right now, potential, but that will be the other position where you can kind of hammer the Ravens. And then middle linebacker, Patrick Queen last year, as he started roughly really well. And then from there, your safety right now looks stacked. Your corners look good. So what are you going to do? Talk about receivers? Okay. But this is why Sonny's not worried. Because if you think about 2019, if what they're doing is saying, look, 2019, we had a lot of success. Lamar, we want to run a version of 2019, but with you right now being a more prolific passer. Lamar Jackson threw for almost 4K, I think. Let's see. I don't want to misquote myself here, and then you guys fact check me. Lamar Jackson in the MVP year to 3,100. Sorry, 3,100, right? And then they might be saying, let's go to that formula. 3,100 yards, 36 touchdowns, 6 picks. Let's do it, Lamar. And look, I'm taking all this at face value. If it is true that he went to ADC and said, I need O-line, right? What that allows is better running game, play action. I have more time to make the pass. If we go similar style than what we were in 2019, all you need is the buying of the receiver. Say, when we run the ball, I need you to block. But when we pass, you're going to get open and you're going to make the catch. You're going to create one-on-one matchups. You're going to create mismatches. When you put a 13 personnel, you have 3 tight ends, and then you run the play, and you fake it to the right, and then you run to the left for Lamar, and then you run the same play, and you fake the keeper, and then you leave it to J.K. Dobbins to run for a nice chunk because we're essentially putting a jumbo package on balance line to the right. Or then you go 3 tight end set again with a 13 package, but at this time you fake the run, but Lamar's not keeping it to run. We have 3 tight ends running where we have Mark Andrews, a dynamic tight end. You have likely, in my opinion, really, really good dynamic tight end. And then Kolar, I guess, maybe, or whoever, the third tight end in that. That's kind of nasty because what are you going to do now? If you were buying the run, you can have one running a 3-yard drag route in case, you have to kick it quick. You can have Mark Andrews maybe going through the seam, and then you can have likely going to a pulse out, right? Like a deep out. And then you can have Bateman over here as running maybe like an in route, like a 15-yard in route. And but we ran twice with the same personnel. We have success bringing all the defense down, faking the run. They gotta get sucked in. If they don't follow the tight ends, you're gonna have 3 guys open. So that's why Sonny's here, not panicking. Okay, I think we have some chats here. Raven Ross says we don't have anyone prove. Oh, we don't have a proven wide receiver. Outside of tight end Mark Andrews, Watkins sat out games, Duvernay and Prochet opportunity and didn't show up. Duvernay have way more opportunity per share, but yeah, I mean, this will be the year, and yes, we don't have wide receivers that are proven. My point goes back to it all depends what type of offense you run. If you're gonna be 3-step, 5-step, or just chuck gun on passing, then I'm worried. If you're gonna say, nah, we're just gonna power run you, and Lamar will still have more than 3,000 yards, and Lamar will be super efficient with 36 touchdowns, 9 picks, right? Yeah, I mean, MVP year. Lamar, you sign on to that because who is a free agent next year? He is. You take another MVP, you say, I have 2 MVPs. Give me the bag. Raven 76B more says, Sonny, until Giro is gone, and the offense changes, then go get that guy at wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, right now, again, if you're just running a heavy scheme on the run, I mean, it'd be nice. The other thing is, guys, I heard, Ravens are in discussion with T.Y. Hilton. You know what? F you, T.Y. Hilton. We wanted you last year. You didn't want to come. F you. You didn't want to come because you didn't want to be in Baltimore. I don't want no T.Y. here. F him. Nope. Don't want him. He's not reliable anymore. And Julio also wouldn't have signed that way. At least we don't have to lose games and get top 5 pick to get a receiver like other teams, Bengals. At least we believe in our wide receiving core. Look, next year's a year, I think we're gonna go and dive into the wide receiving draft. I don't know who's coming out, so don't ask me. The next year will be that year. Do you see Devin Dumerville have more yards in the slot in college behind? Yeah, I saw that. The problem is, so here is where, in my opinion, you need another receiver. Who is your other outside guy? Dumerville, that was from the slot, Nemo. So are we gonna keep him in the slot? Prochet also seems to be good in the slot. That's why all the receivers that we went in and drafted pool, we say, you're big, you play on the outside, you're higher. That's essentially what it is. The Ravens are in a fantasy football team. Joe Chipley, I would like for you to explain the comment a little bit more. Right. For me, if the comment means they're not a fantasy team, you don't have to worry about. See, ideally, what it was so beautiful of 2019 is everybody in theory got theirs, right? The receiving core, nobody was like 1,200 yards, but 800, 900, 750, right? And then Mark Andrew also got his. And then Mark Ingram was running like a wild animal, right? He was just unstoppable. That's what you want. but substitute J.K. Dobbins. Think about the receiving core we had. We had Bateman, Hollywood Brown, comparable guys. And that was Hollywood's rookie year. I think it was his rookie year. And then, so we had Snead as a number 2. That's maybe your upgrade because we have a better version of Mark Andrews because that was Mark Andrews' rookie year. So I'm going to be positive and believe in our O-line will be healthy and give Lamar more time to hit our wide receivers. For me, goes back to can Stanley be healthy? That is the key. Because Stanley has barely played for the last 2 years. And look, next week I'm gonna come with a way too early prediction on the roster, right? We can make changes and it can change. But Juwan James is not gonna be here. I'm sorry. He's not. He's done. So as soon as they drafted Falele, why would you keep James? You have Moses at right tackle. James hasn't played a lot, barely played in the last 3 years. I think he hasn't played for 2 years. Why would you keep him? Why? What does he give you that you want to keep James? You put Moses on the right tackle, Zeitler, Linderbaugh. Let's go Cleveland or Macari, and then Stanley, right? And then Cleveland / Macari as your backup guard. Tristan Colon Castillo, backup center. Falele as your backup tackle, and pick one more. But it won't be our guy, Juwan James. Juwan James is done. I think another guy that he should retire. Okay? So, checking here, no phone calls for today. But before I go, every time somebody tells you Ravens, they have a trash wide receiving. Yeah, our wide receiving core is not proven. But what does that matter? If you're going to run 2019 offense, doesn't matter. And then when they tell you, oh, but 2019, well, Lamar will be pissed because he won't be producing. No, 2019 was his highest yard completions. His lowest interception minus his rookie year, but in the rookie year, I guess he started 7 games, right? So minus the rookie year, the lowest interception of his career, and highest yards. So it wasn't like he wasn't passing. And then the rushing side, obviously, he went crazy. I don't see the rushing side, but anyway, QBR 83. So you can sell this on Lamar. You can say, here, this is what we want to repeat, but we have a more adequate defense. In my opinion, it was a poor coaching job against Tennessee. They panicked. They abandoned the run. They should have just established the run. You're losing by 14 in the second quarter. That's nothing. Saying all that, guys, I think the Ravens should maybe, but not break the bank, get an outside receiver, a possession guy, even better, 50-50 guy. And the schedule looks favorable for me to be in between 11 and 13 games, 12 being the sweet spot. So, hey, yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Next week, I'll come back, roster prediction, and we'll come back also in the AFC North. If you haven't followed us there, go follow us. It's a great show. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Shout out to San Carl Gregory.